I made a video in early December, but we have to revisit what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing. At this stage of the season, he is putting together an MVP caliber season. But we have to really start looking at how he is doing this. And we're going to look at the three main ways that he is putting pressure on the other team's defense. The first way is using the ball screen, pick and roll. Second one is going to be in transition. And the third way is going to be in isolation. Let's take a look. First thing that stands to my mind is just that Shai is really good at recognizing space, right? You could look and you can see that when he's using this ball screen right here, all the defense is loading up to try to anticipate him using this, and they want to show bodies. What he's really good at doing, he's good at rejecting those screens. So here, Shai keeps his head up, sees the space, and is just going to attack that, and that creates, there's no emergency plan, that puts the defense in a bad situation. Look at another situation here, right? So early, we can kind of see where the defense is being, right? Everybody gets activated. Everybody gets loaded up, expecting him to be able to attack this side. But he's really good at rejecting those screens. Here, he draws another foul, right? And if you start looking at it, you can tell early, right? Here, where's the space? Bring the head down, but he's very, he acts like he's being very passive, and he has such a quick first step. Just being able to do this, we know everybody's loaded up. Ball screen's coming this way. Defense is anticipating this way. As a defender, when you're guarding the ball screens, you want to get into the ball and force them into the ball screen because that's where your help is. Defense doesn't do a really good job at that. And then that just gives him all the space in the world to be able to, here, all you really need is just this. They slip the screen. He opens up his hip. His first step is too quick. Straight line. Attack the space. Downhill. Looking at space. Boom. We're going down here. Off this flat right here. What do we have? Defense does the bad job of getting into the ball. First step, too fast, get all the way to the basket. He's been putting together sequences of really good games. We're just able to see here, push, put pressure on the defense. There's nothing. Again, just a ball screen. I reject it again. Right? Straight line. Downhill. And something else that I want young hoopers to pay really good attention to. A lot of his finishes, Shai finishes off too. So here, again, off this ball screen right here, just going to get a little bit of daylight because this causes confusion on the defense right here. I'm going to set this screen right here. Defense opens up a little bit, and then he just gets into the body, and look, off two. Get into the body to be able to finish. Push. Now we're looking at a transition, right? Again, attacking space. A lot of space on the left side. Get into the body of the defender. Finish off too. Right? So pick and roll, transition, and we're going to look at isolation. So now we're in the transition part. Early, rebound. I can push. I can put pressure on the defense right here. We're taught not to help off the strong side. So if I'm able to get straight line right here, finish, and one. Really quick decisions. Putting pressure on the defense early. Here, rebound. Lou's going to find that ball. Lou sees his ball handler. Here, I'm just looking. And then just getting to that space. That's a really crafty move because knowing who is at the elbow right here. Defense is here at the elbow. Knowing that that's a big, doesn't have the mobility to be able to get. So once I'm able to attack this line, I know that the big is not at his strength. The strength of the big is to guard the rim. Anything on the perimeter, if you're a guard, you're able to keep that ball, put it out of reach of the big, gives you a really good chance of getting past them. Here, slip, basket, left hand. And the more we're watching this, we're seeing that Shai really loves going to his left. Really loves getting down to the paint. Here, push, transition, here, but then I'm able to just see, I recognize who is on me, knowing that the bigs want to retreat a little bit. to be able to guard the rim so I can just rise into my shot. Because I know that that shot is going to be open because as a big, you're most likely going to protect the basket instead of protecting the threes. Early. See, I'm reading the play now. Read the defenders. I'm off ball. Read. I'm just going to set this off ball screen right here. Once I see this, I'm going to slip it. And you're realizing that as a prolific scorer, you want to be able to get as many easy baskets as possible. It doesn't even look like he's forcing anything. Bring the ball up here. Oh, ISO. I got to put pressure on the defense. 3. It's good. Put a lot of pressure on the defense, okay? Lastly, we got isolations, right? A lot of the isolations, you watch how very selective he is with the isolations. I'm going to set this screen. Defense switches. And now I'm playing with a one-on-one against a big. And I could just get to my spot and just shoot. If you're looking at Shai's spot, Shai wants to get to the elbow. Shai wants to get to the paint. He could raise up and shoot over anybody. At 6'7", super long wingspan, I'm able to just get to my shot. If I could get there, I know that I practiced that shot so many times. And I know that if I get there, nobody can stop me. Nobody can block it. So here, I'm playing against a big. Now I know I got the foot speed. Just get downhill. Get to my counter. Makes it look so effortless. Here. Right? Boom's going to come here. Shai's going to come set the screen. Look, I'm patient. They switch. Take my time. Speed. Get to my spot. Shot. Doesn't make it, but again, the comfort that you know which spot you're going to get to. Because the simpler your game is, the more you don't have to think. You know that you can get to this spot. It makes it easier for you to be able to score. Because now you don't have to overthink things and be overly complicated. And that's one thing that I see that nowadays a lot of people are so skilled at doing so many different things. Once it gets to the crunch time, you don't have a go-to move. Go-to move for Shai? Get to the paint, dribble, pull up. And he knows that if I could guard this, and I know that defenses most of the time want to protect the basket, if I could speed up and stop, most defenses are going to be retreating to the rim, and he can raise and get that shot anytime that he wants right here in the paint. Coming off, I'm going to get it here. I'm going to attack the space. Here, I got the foot speed. Got the foot speed. Oh. Hey, defense wants to retreat and guard. We can see how it is like right here. I know that once I get a slow-footed person on me, if I jab at him, you know that he's going into retreat mode, just like the past scenario. And that opens up the catch and shoot 3. Because they know you have the foot speed, so they're already, defense as a big is already in retreat mode. And that gives you the upper hand. Here. Now I'm putting pressure off this screen here. And I'm just looking. And it's just foot speed and 1. Get to the rim. No foul, but should have been contact. A lot of contact on that. Here, just off this screen. 1 more. And the first end of clock. We're looking at the clock right here. We can see we have 8. Most teams are going to go on 6 seconds. Just that speed. I get to that paint, right? Now it's putting everything that we've been talking about together. This is an isolation end of shot clock. The space is here, right? We know that that's his comfort, right? What I really love about OKC is that they know how to space the floor around their superstar. They know that Shai loves to get downhill with his left. I'm just going to fill in this strong corner. I know this player can't help. And that gives this whole elbow is now open for Shai to be able to drive. And if they do cut him off, he could spin back and get back to that mid-range that we were just talking about. So, again, just patient. Most teams are going to go on 6. We see we have 7 seconds. Go on 6. Get down. Just finish at the rim. And that's an easy 2. So, really loving what we have. Shai MVP caliber season. Let's hope that he can keep it going. Because this is really greatness that we are watching.